Hey y'all, another video. Um, Real quick, I'm gonna talk about cigar first, just because I don't want to be interrupted with whatever else we're gonna talk about today. Pick this up. Silly looking band, kind of hesitant, but I've seen them around the internet, and no regrets. Pretty awesome. Um, Lots of floral notes, leather, a little bit of nuttiness. Overall, really good stick. Again, no regrets. Um, I wanted to kind of make a part two to a video I entitled "Choosing to Be a Better Christian." Yeah, it's all about making a choice and stuff. And wanted to get a little more personal about it. Um, I know the linchpin of Christianity is the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Yes, he was God. He died for our sins, but that he rose again on the third day. That's really the linchpin of Christianity. I think that's pretty widely accepted. Um, but for me, it's the sacrifice prior to, you know. I don't want to say it's a feeling of guilt, but I mean, come on. I know what kind of guy I am. I'm not worthy. I'm uh, not a good person by any stretch of the imagination. But the fact that Jesus willingly went to the cross for someone like me, uh, and because of my own ego and pride, I can't I can't willingly sacrifice myself for others. I can't. Jesus looked down on the people who were persecuting him and forgave them. And because I'm stubborn and I'm selfish, I can't do that for others. That crushes me. It doesn't crush you. You know, shouldn't it crush you and just make you think like, man, why? Why is it even an issue for me? And I think I'm not saying there's one answer for everybody. I mean, some people have got to hit rock bottom in order to turn their lives around. But again, the previous video is talking about you choose to be a Christian or say out loud that you are. Some people choose to get baptized and they still do the same stuff. They still have the same attitude when it comes to other people, or they view people as their enemies. And Jesus says, love your enemy. And I say to that, why even have any enemies? You know, makes it easier to love people when they're not your enemies. So just don't view people as your enemy. We nowadays in America, middle class America, you shouldn't have any enemies to begin with. We're super privileged, but man, just thinking that Jesus can do it. Of course, he's God, but just the weight of that crushes me a lot. And I think of it often, especially when it comes time for me, to face adversity, like when it comes time to forgive someone, especially someone who's wronged you intentionally or anything like that. And to look at someone with forgiveness, to me, I don't have a choice. I know you have to choose to do things like that, but to me, I don't have a choice. If Jesus did it for me, a worthless scumbag, I shouldn't hesitate. There should be no ego involved. Um, I shouldn't be unwilling to do that for others. It's tough, but I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. The end. Okay, love you. Bye.